What's up, everybody? I'm doing another video and it is titled, You Will Never Be Happy If You Do These Things. I've learned this over my 22 long years of life, that if you do these things, you will not be happy. I know this. I've seen others go through this. I believe everyone who grows up in America will have these things happen in their head, and you have to overcome them if you really want to attain happiness or even have the door to happiness be open. So the first thing on my list is comparing yourself to others. I say that you're not going to be happy if you're always comparing yourself to others. Yes, we're going to naturally compare ourselves to others, but if that's something that you find yourself doing all the time, you're not going to be truly happy. You're going to be trying to be someone else that you're not. And you're never going to reach your true potential if you're comparing yourself to others at all times. What you have to do is find yourself, find who you are, because that's a true person you should be comparing yourself to. Because, sometimes we fail to become who we truly are. We fail to live as who we truly are. And I feel that if you're not being who you truly are, you're never going to be truly happy or be able to stay happy. Now, the second thing I want to say is surrounding yourself with the wrong people. We all do this as well. Hey, you might be surrounding yourself with the wrong people who happen to be your relatives. It may be your best friend. It may be a fucked up dog. It can be anything. No, I'm just playing with you with the dog part. But it could be anything. But you gotta evaluate the people in your life, evaluate the things in your life, and see, is it a positive or is it a negative? Now, can you help people become more positive in your life? Yes. You give everyone the chance. You tell them how you feel. You tell them what they're doing. And you have to evaluate yourself too and see if you're doing something wrong that's contributing to the negative atmosphere that's going on between these balances in your relationships. And then if they're not willing to change or put a different effort in to make you guys have a better relationship, have more of a positive outcome on both of each other, you gotta say bye-bye, cut them off. The third thing I want to say is if you don't give yourself the time to reflect on yourself, on life, on anything that's in the back of your mind, you're never going to be happy, because you're pushing things that you kind of feel a little uncertain about, uncomfortable about, to the back of your head, and that's just going to create anxiety for you. So for me, I'll take a personal example. It used to be thinking about death. I would push the fact that I was scared about dying to the back of my head, and I didn't realize that was creating everyday type of anxiety for me. It wasn't until I really took a deep look at death and how I felt about it and how uncomfortable I was about it. And, I had to, just kind of accept death for what it was before that lifelong, that daily anxiety kind of left me, at least with death. Now, it could be anything for you. It could be the fact that you're mad about your job, the fact that you're mad about your wealth. It could be any type of thing. You have to reflect on these things and accept them. You have to accept everything that you're uncomfortable with, because you know what? That's just what comes with life. And you also have to tell yourself that just because one thing may not be perfect right now, it may not be working for you right now, doesn't mean it'll always be like that. And you have to work towards these things being non-existent or non-factors in your life. The fourth thing that I want to say is you will never be happy if you don't stay in the present. Now, I know this kind of goes opposite of what I just said with reflection, but you can reflect while staying in the present. You're reflecting on your present thoughts, So actually, that isn't juxtaposing one another. But I want to say that, yeah, you have to stay in the present moment. And what I mean by that is not living in the past, not saying, oh, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Having regrets, because you know what? What happened was supposed to happen, and it happened. Accept what happened. Whatever it is, deal with it. That's staying in the present. But always thinking back and having regrets, that's going to hold you back from moving forward in life. You have to get that out of there. And number 5 is, if you want to be happy, you have to appreciate the fact that you have life, that you are alive, because people are dying out here. people's loved ones are dying out here, and I'm sorry if that happened to you. My condolences. But you have to appreciate every day of life. Just realizing that you're alive, and that others aren't, that others have had their last breath. In a weird way, that should give you actually comfort. That should give you appreciation. That should make it easier to accept the things that you don't really appreciate in life. Now, the sixth and final thing I want to talk about, it may be hard for some people to accept who are watching this video, but I know personally for me, it's on my list. And that is, you will never be happy if you don't have God, spirituality, or something that is more significant than yourself in your life. I mean, I just feel like for a lot of humans, we're complex creatures. We think, and we were born. And we were born on this earth, and we have no clue. We don't have a great understanding of why we're here. The only thing that would actually make sense is nothingness. But there is no nothingness. So I feel like most humans, at least, you will need spirituality. You will need a connection to a higher power, to God, to feel happy every day. That's a definite for me. And one thing I want to address in this YouTube video is the fact that I get no views. And does that bother me a little bit? A little bit. It does. But like I said, you cannot compare yourself to others. And you have to accept things that you're not too satisfied with. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep making these videos. I'm excited to be making videos and not really getting any views, because I know I'm going to just keep doing it until I get more views. And eventually these early on videos that had no views will get views, and people might be looking at this from years on out like, wow, this was the beginning. So yeah, just appreciate where you are in life, and I hope one day this video can serve as inspiration for others. Adios.